All I'm going to say is, listen, I'm going to be real with you. People hate people. I'm going to be honest with you, and I just put some drink on my floor. Listen, people hate people here. I'm going to be honest with you. Austin hates Becca with a passion. The guy hates her. Oh, I'm sorry. He hates her. I don't know what you're saying. He hates her, okay? He does not like her one bit. Listen, call it what you want. He hates her. Chloe is on the verge of throwing Michael, whatever his name is, outside of the window. Okay, all right. She is on the verge of throwing him outside the window, but she wants to remain PC because she doesn't want no trouble. You know, she's playing the white woman card, and she want to make sure that, you know, no one throws out the window. But she wants to throw Michael out the window. Okay, this all passive aggressive, smiling for everything. We know what that means. You want to throw him out the window, and that's okay. I understand. When he wore her pearls, she almost clutched the imaginary pearls on her chest, as if, what kind of man have I got, blood? Yeah? What kind of man have I got that wants to lean into his feminine? Okay? She wanted to throw his ass out the window. No matter how much she tries to smile it out, we know. Okay? Cameron can't stand, what's her name? What's her name? Is it Lisa? What's her name? Is it Lisa? Lisa, it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Lisa. Listen, the brother does not like her. Listen, the brother used all the excuses that he wants. Clare, sorry, her name is. And, you know, wherever she is and whatever's happening, she's always talking about how, you know, he just needs space to... No, he doesn't want space. He doesn't want you. Okay? The rejection from the men this season has been astronomical. Okay? Because usually it's the women rejecting the men. The men this season have rejected the women all the way through. Orion, what are we doing? Why are we lying when the cameras can pick you up? Why are we pretending that you want to be her friend, and then you know she's going to come on camera and tell us that she don't talk to you? Why are you lying, Orion? What is the point? It's not going to make you any better, because we're going to find out the truth eventually. Orion, please, I need you to rest. Okay? Let it rest. Okay? Let it rest. All right, okay, that's it. Let it rest. All right, and then also as well, when it comes to Emily and Brennan, listen, Brennan can't stand her. I mean, listen, I'm sure that when she bumped her head, old boy was thinking maybe this might be my exit route. Okay, if she goes, then he can get out of the relationship. Therefore, he didn't divorce her, but she passed. You know what I mean? Like, honestly, because that brother said he ain't gonna divorce for nothing. So, well, if she went to the heavens, he didn't divorce. She left him. Okay, and that would mean that he has stayed true to his word. Okay, all the men hate the women in the season. Hate them. Okay, all right. I don't say it lightly. They hate them. Okay, they can't stand them. All right, and it is what it is this season. It's unfortunate, but that's where we are at this moment. I got Sean with me today to have a conversation about Married at First Sight as well, because I'm gonna be honest, real spit, real talk. The men hate the ladies. Listen, if you want to join the conversation, maybe you guys want to join. Maybe you want to have your opinion this season. You know what I mean? I'm going to put a link in the chat, and you can join the convo as well with myself and Sean. It's always good to have different points of view. But, yeah, I'm going to be real with you. The men hate the women. It's just that simple. Let's not try to make it anything else. Anything else, we're lying to the ladies, and I don't want to lie to them this season. They all have no chance with these men. Let's take a little intro, and then we'll get the show going.
Little black, you know what time it is. 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 Time it is.
Shawnee boy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Little Black Book 91. Listen, we're giving you guys a review of Married at First Sight. Listen, if you're here, make sure you like and you share and you subscribe. We're going to get into this conversation because let me tell you this now. For me, all the men hate the ladies. Okay? They hate them, they hate them, they hate them. And maybe I'm being a little bit facetious, but I'm telling you this now. Austin is done with Becca. Okay, he kisses her a little bit, but the moment sex is mentioned, that boy's running for the hills. Okay, now he was very happy for some man to be beating his back with some branches, like he was a donkey's ass. But when it comes to just giving a little bit of sex for his wife, he ran to the other room. Now maybe because she was too much on his neck about sex, but brother, how long does it take? How long does it take? Now, can we have a real conversation, Sean? Can we have a real conversation? Now, let's keep it all the way 18 today, yeah? Let's have a real conversation. What does it mean when a brother, someone said I should have said pause. You're absolutely right. When I said beating his back, I should have said pause. I apologize, Elsid. What does it mean when a brother doesn't want to sleep with his wife at this point in time? Can we have a real conversation about this and not make it, maybe he's this, maybe he's that. Let's keep it real. Okay, he hates her. All right. What's your thoughts, Sean?
Oh, he despises her. I think it's that. But I'm I'm not gonna say. I think it's not. I'm not gonna go all the way and say it's because he won't have sex with her. He hates her because she keeps dragging it out. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where, he wants to take his time and do it at his own pace, but she keeps dragging it out. And I think that is what is driving the hate. Because if I tell you I don't want to do something or I want to do it in little time and then she's begging, I mean, I've never seen someone so desperate. I have family in the room, so I want to temper my comments. So, she's just desperate. She's begging at this point. And I feel sad for her. She's like a horny teenager, every single time. Then she gets with her other friend, Emily, who really does her no service. Maybe you're going to get lucky today. Maybe we'll both get lucky. Maybe you'll get lucky. It's like nobody's getting lucky. All right. Poor Becca. Then they went to that godforsaken Turkish bath or whatever they were doing where the guy was beating them with the leaves. It's horrible. But I do think that he just doesn't like her. And I think he doesn't want to be perceived as, Chris 2.0. So he's doing his level best just to be nice and keep her away. But bro, when I knew he despised her, when he packed up his things and he went to a different bedroom.
Yo.
That was it.
When he did that, when he packed up his stuff, carried it like Jesus said, carry your mat and go, and he went into the other room, like there was a miracle waiting for him in that room, and said to her, you can come if you want to your own wife. Yeah, the brother hates her. Simple as. Definitely hates her. You know what I mean? And my question is, at what point do I have to admit that he doesn't find her attractive?
Just real quick before we go there. But the funny part is, Will on Ready to Love is worried about him sleeping on a pallet. Austin took a pallet to the spare bedroom. That's what the pallet is. But yeah, no, I think I don't know. I think he feels bad, bro. I think he feels bad about how does he say he's not attracted to her? Because he seems like a nice guy. So it's like, how does he say, I just don't, as they say in Britain, right? He doesn't fancy her. How does he say that to her? How would he say that?
I don't know, but he would say it because it's evident. You know what I mean? It's evident in the way he's behaving.
Well, let's just say this. Tell me you know what's going to happen. The sister girl circle is going to get him. Because if he says that he's not attracted to her, all she's going to say is, they're going to be like, how dare you? How dare you not be attracted to her? She's a beautiful girl. She's got a great spirit. Look at her. All you do is run around in baseball caps. Look at you. You're a grungy guy. You got some nerve. That's all they say. So I got to be honest. I think this is his best course of action. They do quiet
Run
quitting.
into the room. It's his best course of action,
Quiet
Sean.
quitting her. He's quiet divorcing
Run into the other room, Sean.
He's quiet divorcing her, bro. He's giving her all the subtle signals that I'm not gonna choose you. I'm not gonna choose you. So
What is it?
Just
What does it
run
mean
away.
when a brother? We have to be honest here, yeah. When a brother is running to the other room, yeah. When the brother is running to the other room with his kente cloth, okay, with his Jacob cloth to send me to stars and see that Jesus will release a dream to him. At that point, we have to be honest. The brother does not have any affection for Becca in that particular way. I'm even surprised he's even kissing her because I think that's even that he's doing a little kissy. Okay, but the reality of the situation is that's not a quiet quit. That's a very loud quit. When you take your quilt, on camera, and you go to another room. You cannot tell me you're quiet quitting. At that point, it's a very loud quit. It's rage quitting at that point.
The quiet is it's indirect, and that's the same thing when you quietly quit your job, you start doing less and less, right? You do
That's
the
fair.
bare minimum. You're disengaged, you're disinterested. You're not handing in the resignation, but you're doing all the things and the behaviors that show that you're checked out. So he is literally checked out, and I think Becca knows. She knows because she was crying, sliding down the wall. And then the other problem is, I know you don't watch the after party. I don't think it shows over there, but she's busy running her mouth to Emily. She's telling every single detail to Emily. And so those two need to be, in a little relationship because she's her intimate counsel. Emily, she told Emily that one night. You remember that scene they had where they closed the bedroom door after they did their intimate obstacle course? So they closed the door. Nothing happened. She tells Emily that she tried to get on top of him, and go for a ride. And he told her, "Get off me, you little freaky thing." I'm paraphrasing, but he told her to get off of me. And he called her a freaky something in that range.
And I want to ask you a question, Sean. I want to ask you a question. Okay? I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you a question. I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. With your ex-wife, if she had jumped on you, would you have run to the other room? Would you have told us, get off your freaky little thing?
No, but I wasn't married at first sight.
But that's my point. My point is, you wouldn't have, not just because you weren't mad at first sight, you wouldn't have told your wife no.
Yeah, but
if
it's a
she
different
jumped on you, you'd be like, wow,
situation.
you
I
freaky
chose
little
her,
thing.
she chose me. So it's very different. You have to build the connection. Listen, I don't like you were saying, how to see kiss. I don't like all that mouth kissing anyway. So I just I don't like all of that. If it's a stranger, your breath don't smell right. I was out to dinner, my aunt can attest. I smell somebody's rotten tooth sitting next to me. I'm very keen on senses. And if something is off, I don't want to put nothing on Becca. I'm not trying to say it. I'm not trying to get, put no stink on her. But if there's a whiff of a smell that I get, yeah, it's going to be a no for me, big dog. It's going to be a back. Sorry.
I hear that. But it doesn't have to be kissing. He's kissing her. So clearly her mouth ain't stinking. He doesn't want her to get on.
That Clare folks are a little different. So they might set their boundaries at a different place than I would.
Yo, I just don't want anybody to be lied to here. Listen, if your man ain't trying to give you the goods, I can tell you this for free. Either he's getting it somewhere else or you are becoming a problem somewhere. Whether it's because this stinks or whether this way, it doesn't make a difference. Something is an issue. Not because men just want sex, but because he has denied it up until this point. Talking about emotional connection. My friend, we are past that. We are almost, 6 weeks in or whatever you are in, 5 weeks in, who knows how long because they film whenever they film. But they've been in for a few weeks. I'm sorry. At that point, sir, I need you to get it together. And I need you to communicate as to why it's not going down that way. Why are you not being able to give me some of those goods? What's going on? As a man, if a woman was rejecting my advances, I would take that as she doesn't want me. And I'll have a quick conversation. Oh, you don't want me? All right, cool, I gotta go. Because you don't want me. You know what I'm saying to you? So why not give her the business and let her know, write her a bill of certificate of divorce, okay? The one that Jesus said that people were hard-headed so they needed, and let her go, okay? Because you hold on to her like Pharaoh did onto Israelites. I need you to let her go.
Maybe he's being like, he's a modern man and taking a page out of the lady's book, and he's growing in attraction to her. So maybe
My
he's
God.
waiting for it to grow. He's a modern man. That's what he told Emily. He was like, hey, you're supposed to be sex positive. Why are you shaming me for not wanting to have sex? Maybe he doesn't want to have sex on camera. Maybe he doesn't want to talk about it on camera. I'm not sure. I definitely think he's not attracted to her, but I think that is the problem, is that he's saying one thing and then doing another, his actions. And I think that's when you kind of, to be serious, you got to look at his actions, right? Because actions do speak louder than words. And if all of his actions are telling you that he's not feeling it, and if when it gets to the time, he keeps backing away, I do think it does play a psychological level, depending on how he is and, maybe how comfortable he is with intimacy, that the more she talks about it and the more she builds it up, it can make him less, eager, because maybe he wants to be the initiator, and because she keeps taking the steam out of it, and every time they get there, she's like ready to go. And maybe it becomes a massive, massive turnoff, and it's becoming a bad cycle. It's like a sick cycle that just keeps going and going and going, because she wants it, he really doesn't. He gets a little bit there, and then she gets overexcited, and then it just goes nowhere.
Listen, end of the day, like I said, this is purely because he doesn't find her attractive. There's been a man who would have been in a relationship that finds a woman attractive that is saying no. Okay, all right. Listen, if your man is attracted to you and can't keep your hands off you, can't stop being around you, can't stop touching you, can't stop complimenting you, that's a man that cares about you and is attracted to you. You understand what I'm saying to you? When you jump on him, he's excited. In fact, he's excited before you even jumped on him. The mere whiff of even smelling your perfume, will get him excited. The mere little sight of flesh upon your body will get him. You know what I mean? In the early days of the honeymoon period, if he's not like already at the honeymoon period, it's not gonna go anywhere. He's not about to grow in that sexual attraction. Okay, all right. The only thing that's gonna happen is maybe he will stay in it comfortably, and doesn't want to get divorced, so doesn't want to ever rock the boat. But that is going to be an unpassionate, undesirable marriage and relationship. You know what I'm saying to you? Yeah.
Well, what if can you give him the benefit of the doubt? What if, because you remember you forgot about all these ailments. She's got about 5 different ailments going on with her. Yeah, so maybe he's just one of those people that he's overly concerned. He lacks some experience. So he's got all these things running in his head.
I mean, I'm not denying that the ailments have turned him off.
She had stitches. She couldn't even get in the pool at the honeymoon, bro.
Yeah, and I have no doubt that the ailments have definitely turned him off. But the reality of the situation is, like you just said, it's turned him off, and that's why he's not going there. Okay, all right. We only need to see a little bit of flesh on a lady that looks good.
I think everybody is different, Kojo.
Huh?
Remember, first of all, you should be you're in your healed phase. So just think in your healed phase, because remember, he's a Catholic. He's a good Catholic guy. Quote unquote.
So maybe what you're saying is maybe he's a bit sex averse, because if you grew up in like the purity culture and stuff for them, maybe that's
maybe. Again, these are all maybes. I'm saying there's people on the different spectrums on how sexual they are and how comfortable they get in terms of intimacy with other people. So
that's fair.
Let's give him a little bit of grace. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend in everything that I'm saying that I just think he's not attracted to her, and he finds it hard to say. Especially, I think he started to empathize for her. Maybe he's like a caring person too, so he started to care about her. It's just not the other part, right? It's like he likes her as a person, but he just doesn't care about her. Like he doesn't fancy her in the the intimacy way. He's not like, that chemistry isn't there.
I hear it. I'm not going to be mad at it. All right, cool. Let's move on from Becca and Austin. We've established that
you don't care. You didn't listen to anything I said.
I told you. If you can't get, if you gonna run to the other room and take your mat like Jesus told you to get up and walk, yeah, I got nothing to say to you. Nothing else to say to you. I've never run away from a woman like that unless I didn't want it. And you know, there are times where some women are more aggressive than you.
You've never run away from a
Haven't.
woman like that before, Kojo? Shall we have a story time? Shall we have an anonymous story time?
Yo, I
He was outside.
I totally forgot. I totally forgot. Yo, I totally forgot about that. Yo. Hey, you know what? Those are 1 in a million. They don't count. You know, one's a million.
This is his one. So give this brother his one.
His one? This is one.
Listen, I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't be running. I would be sprinting. It would be a full-on hurdle. I would be out. Sorry.
Ooh, baby.
No disrespect to her, but it would be a no for me. I gotta go.
I hear that still. Yeah, I hear you still. All right, cool. Let's talk obviously then quickly Cameron and Claire, because Claire is I mean, she is committed to telling us a story about how Cameron still does care, but she, you know, he needs a space. Is giving sis, you are a little bit deluded. The guy has gone. Okay. I don't care what his excuse is. He's gone, okay? And he ain't coming back, because the last thing he told you before he was leaving was, I don't want your ass. So, yeah, what's your thoughts to the Cameron and the Claire situation?
I'm about tired. I'm right there. I'm like, we are lockstep in sync on this one. I'm tired of her narrating the story. I'm tired of the performance. It's very performative. You know, every time she's like, I just want to be here for Cameron and I'm not there. You know, I feel so bad. But he says that she's speaking for him. Like, he says that he wants to heal in the hospital. No, he's sick of you, Claire. And so are we. Just stop talking. Go away. You know, like, really, he's in the hospital. Why don't you go sit with him by his bedside? Because I'm tired of hearing you. Why are you at the couples retreat? Since when in the history of maths, and thanks to a lot of you all, I've now been watching maths for about a good 5-6 seasons, and I've never seen anybody that said no on decision day or no like 2-3 days later to show up at the house. Like, why are you here? Like, I just want her to go. Like, I'm tired of her talking. I'm tired of the nonsense. Oh, I feel so good. I'm glad. Lauren and I said that we're going to be here for each other. The both of you can be for each other back in Denver. Go home. Like, why? Like, it's so annoying. I'm tired of seeing all of them. I'm tired of seeing Orion. I'm tired of seeing Claire. I'm just tired of it all. I want them to go away.
I totally hear you on that. I can't lie to you. Listen, Cameron said he's not about it. He's done. He's not coming back. And Claire needs to hold it down from on here. So yeah, she does narrate a lot of the story, as in it's so perfect, and you know they're still making it work. And I'm like, baby, it's over. Let it go, okay? Elsa said, let it go. Why are you still trying to narrate to us that it's such a beautiful love story? It's over, sis, and you ain't supporting him. He don't want your support. He's good. She's like, oh, I know he's the kind of guy that needs to recuperate alone. What that is, code word for is he doesn't want to speak to your ass, okay? Doesn't want to be around your ass. Doesn't want to speak to your ass. Doesn't want your support, okay? All right. So that's it. You know. So yeah, she needs to stop narrating it as if like they still got a chance. He gonna say no on decision day, and if he doesn't, he's also deluded. You know what I mean? But he gonna say no. So yeah.
Meanwhile, the last thing we heard from him, because we haven't heard from Cameron at all, right? Since he went into the hospital to have his surgery, he's been radio silent, and I respect him and his spiders for staying away and off our screens, right? But the last thing that he said was, he said he blamed her for his heart issue. Didn't he low-key blame her? Yeah, he did. He says, he's like, I'm not sure, you know, with his, New Zealand accent, I'm not sure if Claire, contributed to my heart issues, but I've got to see the doctor. I don't know if it has to do with my daddy or not. Bro, you low-key blame this lady that you've known for 2.5 weeks for a heart issue that you had. And she's talking about we're friends and I just want to give him his space. No, ma'am, he's blamed you for his heart issues. You need to disappear into he's killing your reputation. And this lady is supposed to be a therapist. You know, just like they say, doctors are the worst patients, therapists must be the worst clients, because she has no self-awareness at all.
I definitely hear that. Can't lie to you, bro. I definitely hear that. I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm gonna leave that right there. Let's talk a little bit then. Let's talk a little bit then about Emily and Brennan, because old girl is wishing for a bit of Irish luck, and just as she said that, she gone and bumped her head like Humpty Dumpty on a rock at quad biking. Shout out to Jay, because Jay almost lost her life as well quad biking when we was in Jamaica. We went for excursions, so I almost lost Jay as well. But listen, the situation between Emily and Brennan, that's another one. He hates her too, and he's sticking in it because he don't want to quit the divorce. He don't want to be the bad guy, but he does not like her 1 cent of a nickel. I'm like confused by, not even confused because they're waiting probably to the decision day. They want to get their check, but it's like, you don't want her, okay? You don't want her. So for me personally, I'm just like, yo, I'm not about it. Go for it. Someone said he's not in the hospital. It's an outpatient procedure. He asked for divorce. She's pretending it's a separation. It's been over. Yeah, that boy does not care for her. He does not like her 1 cent at all, man.
Yeah, if there's anybody that completely, I think there's not enough adjectives to describe how he feels about her and her personality. And you know what? Since watching the after party, I stand with Brennan, because she has just been a tyrant over there. She's been a tyrant over there. She's been ruffling Rudy's feathers, and I don't like it. This is hashtag listen to black women, and she don't listen to Rudy, and I don't like it. So Emily has gotten up underneath my skin. She's up there trying to run the after party, tell her what to do. So I bet you when them cameras go off, she's doing the same to Brennan. You see how nice he was at the table to Lauren? He was passing Lauren wine, asking her, pouring, being, generous, just as friendly. And then Austin and him, they have a bromance going on. So his eyes light up when he walked into the house. And then the house, that was the big deal. The house, I forget the guy's name, but it was it belonged to somebody in the NFL. I think one of the oh man, I forgot his name. But anyway, that's the house. That was the big allure. That's why Austin was so excited about that.
Hey, I mean, yes, she's not the greatest, but I'm still gonna say that he got to take a lot of heat for that, because brother ain't communicating very well. Brother's trying to be controlling at points in time, telling her how to feel and how to respond to questions, pretending as if he doesn't want to answer certain things because he wants to respect her. Yeah, brother, it's for you, not for her. And so, personally, I don't like Brennan's energy either. And when he has a conversation with Dr. Pia, it's the same thing he did with her friends. As soon as he's challenged, he gets into this very defensive state. He's too defensive. And when you're like that, you're not an inviting person. So for me personally, you've had opportunity and time to mix and blend your relationship. Reality is you don't fancy her either. You don't find her attractive, or you're not attracted to her, I should say. And therefore, you are not handling it with care. It's just the honest truth. You don't find her attractive. Therefore, you don't want to do what Dr. Pierre said. And you've been trying your best not to be building intimacy. We're now at the place where you come into the house and you don't even want to sleep in the same bedroom. Yeah, you hate her. That's okay. You hate her. You do. It's okay. You do. Yeah, you hate her.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I was giving her a little bit of razzle dazzle earlier, but he is rude. He's rude. He's controlling. He wants to, he's constantly stuck on presenting this united front when they go before the, the experts, Dr. Cal and the whole lot of them. Yeah, I think he needs to drop that and just be honest. And I don't think he's not attracted to her. So I think Austin and Brennan are very different. They have very different issues. I don't think that Brennan is not attracted to Emily. He doesn't like her past. So once he got a whiff of her past, I think she's a little, she gets a little sauce quite too often. And, that's not attractive to him. So, she's very accident prone, but he does not have a level of care for her at all. I will say, listen, the way she knocked herself around on the ATVs, I don't think Maps has ever seen anything like that. Sis had blood coming everywhere, gushing. I mean, that was heart-wrenching, all jokes aside, that was crazy. Now, Austin set up I think production should have even taken that out when they were at the dinner table, and he was like, now don't go have an accident. Meanwhile, she has like the worst accident in Maps history on an ATV. So, clearly she's okay. But that was kind of crazy with all that blood everywhere, blood in her hair, dripping down her face. He was holding her hand, but listen, God forgive me. What I didn't see him get in the ambulance with her. He didn't get in the ambulance.
So that can't even be the same. I can't even be the same car as her.
Like, I'll follow. I saw his little SUV from behind. Like,
I'm telling you, bro.
How are you, the husband, not going to be in the ambulance?
Sitting there as the car's going on. I know you want to be going. You know what
He's
I mean?
like, you had to do something to mess this trip up.
Listen, he couldn't even enjoy it and stay on campus. She had to drag him off campus too. He's probably thinking that she did this on purpose just to get him away from the rest of the group 1-to-1. He was totally thinking to himself, I'm gonna have a good little vacay, and then you go and bump your head.
That's got to be scary.
Yeah, he's not feeding her at all. No, I can't lie to you.
Well, you know what? That's a sign. Because who was the last guy that did that when they were doing an excursion and he left Valley Chris and he left her in the dust? Who? Nate and Stasia, right?
Nate and Stasia, he left her for dirt, bro.
What were they, horseback riding?
Yo, whenever a brother leaves a sister behind, just know that he's not mature in that area. Because, listen, of course, when you're young and you're bullish, sometimes you don't think about it because you're just thinking about you and enjoying. Once you get to a place of maturity when it comes to relationships, you know not to do that anymore. It's a bit like walking in front of your girlfriend or walking in front of your husband or walking in front of your wife, right? And you're walking at speed and you're leaving them behind. It's an indication that you're not mature in understanding that we walk together, right? You walk, and partly as well, and maybe I'm projecting here a little bit. When I used to do that, it's because, again, there's a distance there's a way. I'm not dealing with emotions very well. I don't deal with emotions very well. So doing things that are very intimate like that can be a little bit frustrating and a little bit annoying. But it can also be like, in Brennan's case, he just doesn't like her. So doing anything intimate can be a little bit annoying. But yeah, it normally tells you about when someone, especially men, when they tend to like stop, not even say stop, but when men tend to not be very careful about some of their movements, a lot of times it's because they don't deal very well with the emotional aspect. That's the same thing with Nate. Nate just sped off, but he was thinking in his head, I'm enjoying myself. He's forgot that we're not supposed to just enjoy yourself. You're now with another party, so you have to actually tame some of your behavior. So yes, don't speed off and go. Now, do you know what I mean? It's like a bit like when I was in Jamaica and I went with Jay and that, I was by myself, so I could speed off, right? But some people had a partner. So you may have wanted to, unless a partner told you can go ahead and go and speed off. I don't mind, I'm with the girls, you go ahead. You can't. You have to stay with your partner, okay? It's unfortunate, but that's how you have to imagine your legs are tied together with a rope. You can't run off, you know what I mean? And that's how you have to think when you are in a relationship.
I think, truth be told, if he knew based on her track record, he would have told her, let's not do this. Because we all know ATVs are semi-dangerous. Yeah. So he should have been like, yo, at the honeymoon alone, we had 2 incidents where you almost broke your shoulder, your elbow. You know what I'm saying? Like, babe, I'm good. We don't need to do ATVs. Let's go for a hike. You know what I mean? Like, if he really thought about her, he would have said, let's just sit this one out. She should have known better, too, because she's not the brightest bulb in the batch. We're not going to, let her slide either, because she's the one that planned it. But being the husband, if he really cared, he would be like, babe, you know what? I got you. Let's just do something, you and me. We could definitely do something together. Picnic, take a hike, take a walk. But let's avoid anything where there's an accident at play. Or how about you get on the back of let's get ATVs where we can ride side by side, right? Because they have those, the ATVs where a couple of people can get in. You know what I mean? So that's exactly what I would have recommended. For her. All right, Jay. Yeah, she can fall off the cliff. So let's go on a trail, a trail that, is very at a low altitude. But I really think he just does not have a level of care for her. And she's kind of obtuse though, because she should know. She should know. He's in separate bedrooms in the apartment. When they moved to the apartment, what's the first thing he told her? He was like, you know what? How about we ease into this? So I'm going to stay at my place and you can stay here if you want to. Where in the history do we do that after the honeymoon in maps? Honeymoon, you go to the share apartment, everybody moves in, you visit my place, I visit yours. That's the order of services. He tried to do the remix and said, oh, let's ease into this. Again, he just does not. She told him something. She went in too much about her past, too much about all these one night stands, And I think, look, Tasia, and I'm going to quote Tasia and then land my plane. Tasia says a lot of things. She'd be stressing us out with the medium ugly and all that other foolishness. But she said something the other day. And she said, women need to keep a piece of themselves so that they don't give it to, don't give it to men and start talking about too much of their past. You got to give somebody a chance to get to know you. If you give too much of yourself and it's too much of stuff that he's not interested in, it's just not, it's gonna go wrong. And I think she talked too much because you said she's 32, never been in a relationship at all. All she's had are one night stands and random hookups. And now here you are landing on Married at First Sight's door. I think she should have just eased her way into it.
I hate you. I can't even be mad at it. I can't even be mad at it. Let's hope she recovers well and doesn't give Brennan the excuse that he didn't divorce, but he got out of it because legally she passed. But let's talk about another couple. Orion and Lauren. What the heck is going on? Why is Orion continually lying that he's speaking to her? Like, at this point? What is the point, sir? Okay, the check is not that heavy for you to lie like this. Like, and you're lying so bad because the cameras are there too, my guy. You know what I mean? The cameras are there too, my guy. Come on, Orion. Okay, what's your thoughts on this, man? Orion and Lauren. It's ridiculous.
Look, listen. Orion showed up in that beat up old green pickup truck. Looks like, if he hit a bump the wrong way, every single wheel would fall right off from up underneath him. So he needs to get every check he can get. And he's another one. Very performative, bumping his gums about much of nothing. Talking about, oh, I want us to have another conversation. I really hope we didn't get a chance to talk, after the last time we saw each other. Yeah, because you didn't call her like you said you were, bro. Like, why are you sitting up here lying and gaslighting this lady? And Lauren said it on the after party. She's like, we've done enough talking. I was like, amen, Lauren. Y'all did way too much talking for the 2.5 minutes that y'all were together. So she realized, she's like, I'm all talked out. Like, what else is there to talk about? He asked for a literal divorce. He asked for a divorce and said he's no longer willing to work on the process, left her in the tears, sliding down the wall. And he still wants to talk. Like, bro, what do you want to talk about? Like, what else is there to relitigate? It's like people like that, they just want to talk. They want to talk to hear themselves talk. Just shut up, go away. You guys didn't work out. You hated her. He hated her too, because you see how he dragged her with the whole Native American thing. Meanwhile, it was just a slight offense that she made. That's hate for somebody. If you don't consider how you are, they made a slight mistake, but you're going to make it about race, dragging her all up and down. People are going to get all up in arms. It's like no care for her. And now you want to talk to her some more about what, bro? What is there to say? Let's be friends? No, I don't want to be your friend. What kind of friendship is that?
Bro, I hate you, man. Listen, Orion for me is an actor. You're a liar. You're an actress. You know, he's doing too much. I'm like, bro, there is no need for you to be connecting all the dots with Lauren like you are Orion the star. I need you just to chill. It's like you come into that room and then you pretend as if, I can't wait to see you. I've just been so happy to see you and, you know, be able to have conversation. But meanwhile, brother, when you are with her on the show, you not off the show, you're not even talking to her. What is the point? I just like think to myself, bro, you're wasting my time, you're wasting her time, and you're putting on a show for the rest of the people, but they're gonna find out when the show airs. And it's just given so fake. It's actually given as well a bit of maliciousness. It's like, why are you intentionally trying to make out that you actually are good and that you're actually talking to her? Why do you want to keep making it out? Why not just say, listen, hey, look, you know what? I'm growing. I'm just developing on my side of things. We haven't really spoken or catched up because, you know, I'm just so busy. I don't want to pretend as if I'm actually trying to talk to you. You know? Let's stop that, man. You know what I mean? I don't want to keep doing that. It's boring. And it's like you're making up a scenario to the rest of the people acting as if we talk. We don't. You don't talk to me. Someone said Lauren is challenging his lack of a contact is puzzling. How is being ignored by someone you're actively ignoring a problem? I mean, listen, I'll be honest with you. It's because he keeps saying that they actually talk. I feel like she has a right to address him because it's like if you keep telling everybody we talk and we're conversing and you know you've been great and you're actually not doing that, don't do that. Don't lie on my name. You ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying to you? It's not even about even whether I care too tough about you actually doing it or not. But don't come and lie on it and like as if we're actually talking because we're not. You know, we're not.
Yeah, and I think it's also too, you know, he's trying to build a narrative that he's trying to reach out. And what she's saying off camera is that he's not even contacting her because from the last time when they saw each other at Chloe and Michael's wedding, and he came and apologized to her and did all this. He had all these revelations because he went through 2 sessions of therapy and now he's enlightened, right? So he comes to her and does this apology, but it's all performative because at the end of the day, since they've now gone to this resort, he hasn't reached out to her. So she's like, don't sit up here and pretend like you're doing all these things to try to be friendly when you haven't reached out, and then you get up in front of everybody and you say, oh, you know, we're really working on, you know, being cohesive in a friendship. Yeah, bro, it's crap because you're just saying things that you're trying to say things that are going to make you look good and to make it sound like you've done the work, right? You know, everybody wants to seem like they've done the work. They're healed. You know, he's woke. He's, you know, into his, you know, his self, and he's enlightened at a different level, you know? Take that crap somewhere else. You know, it's nonsense because his actions don't match up with the words that he says.
That's the truth right there. Is the actions are not matching up. That's the problem right there. The actions are not matching up, which is why I'm saying, shut up, Ryan. Stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Be about it or don't talk at all. You know what I mean? You're wasting our time and you're playing in our face because we're going to watch this later on and see that you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing because the person who said you're talking to, you ain't talking to. You know what I mean? Like, leave that alone, man. You know what I mean? Stop that. It's annoying. You know what I mean? And it's begetting of almost thinking that we're too dull and too dumb to get it. You know what I mean? Be about your actions. Okay, cool. Final one, because that's the thing. The final couple, obviously, is who is the final couple? Why is it on my head?
You're talking about Michael and Chloe.
Yes,
right?
Michael and Chloe. Ah, Chloe hates him. Listen, she is overly passive aggressive. I mean, the smile that she has on her face is giving corporate white America. I mean, listen, the way she be smiling in his face every time he talks, old girl is acting like she wasn't Get Out. Reverse. The way she's smiling is as if there's someone living inside of her body. I'm like, what's going on? Why are you forcing a smile so much? And then this whole like soliloquy of how great he is and how understanding he is. But you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. You know, he does act a little bit feminine. That's not really up my street. But you know what? Also, you know, just in case people obviously might see us out together. You know, they might ask what's going over there. I said when you start saying obviously people might be asking what's going to go over there. Yeah, baby, let's be honest. You are admitting that you feel some type of way about his behavior, and that's okay. Even Pastor Cal picked up. He was like, "Are you sure you're good with these pearls around his neck? Are you sure you don't want to say anything? You can say something if you don't want to say something. If you're not cool with it, No, I'm good. I'm like, yeah, that woman hates him. Okay, get your little filthy hands away from my pearls. Okay, all right, and take it elsewhere.
Look, I hope that Married at First Sight and the production team will cut him a big check, because this has got to be the worst in history the way they did him. Because not only did he have a runaway bride, the first ever in MAF's history, right? Then they match him up a second time, and the woman is literally repulsed by him. You know, she's repulsed. She can't, like, she sees him and she just wants to climb a wall and get away. How many panic attacks has this woman had in the past three days since they've been together? She's woken up and she said, I quote, I wish this was a joke. She's like, I woke up out of my sleep in a panic attack. Did you feel that? He was like, yes, I did. She wanted to be somewhere, even in her sleep, she wanted to be away from him. Do you know how repulsed by somebody you have to be? Like, in your dreams, you just want to run away. I feel so bad for this guy. He is, when I tell you, I've never seen somebody try in the histories of MAFs, because when she tried to bail the first night, she tried to bail. She was like, I don't know. I don't think I can do this. And he was like, whatever you need, just lean into yourself. Be selfish. What? Bro, this is your second round going at it. And here she is ready to bail night one. And you're telling her to lean into herself and be selfish? It's wild, bro. You're on
You
mute.
ain't telling no lies. Listen.
But wait, we have to go through this step by step, because this is not for everybody to understand, like, how chaotic this connection is. Bro, he's been talking about, oh, when we go to my house. Now, again, I just gave advice to Emily about keeping something to yourself. Bro, if you know you're leaning on the side of eccentric and massively feminine, you need to just give her a chance to digest this. First of all, she's told you she has like a bazillion panic attacks and she's got a lot of anxiety issues going on. Don't hit her in the head with all of these other wild things that you're doing on the side. You get what I'm saying? Like, the first thing they get, he's like, oh, be ready for my closet. Be ready for my closet. Just shut up and take her to your house and let her see your closet. All right, bro? And whatever she sees. And whatever is in your closet, whatever you got, then let that be what it be. You know, and listen, everybody knows me. My closet is crazy. I have a massive shoe problem. It is what it is. You get what I'm saying? So you just pick your poison. But I'm definitely not going to be hanging out with a woman, and then when they get to her apartment, ooh, when can I borrow those earrings next? Are you out your rabbit ass mind? Who says that? And then this fool tried this big old brooch on. He tried her big, huge, no, it wasn't a brooch, this big old, huge, gigantic statement necklace that she had. Like, I'm sick of him. And then he was like, can I try? He literally, coach, I thought this was a joke. I thought he was going to say, oh, I'm just playing with you. He picked up the most gigantic pearl statement necklace and wrapped it around his neck. Who in the hell? He's asking for it. So he clearly has no care for himself either, because anybody that carries on that way, you just don't care. I'm sorry. I've never seen anything so ridiculous. Then he turns around and looks at her when they're about to meet with Pastor Cal. Ooh, when am I going to get those earrings next?
Earrings.
These big, huge gold earrings that are not even, you know what I'm saying? They're not even like, you know, guys that wear earrings, like they're not like a stud or something. They're big, huge, ridiculous looking earrings, bro. What the hell? And you expect her to be okay with that? Like, come on, you're playing. Now you're playing. You see that she doesn't like you, so you just want to push her buttons a little bit. You have to be. Oh, and let's not forget, Kojo, he's picking up all these skirts. He picked up, yeah, this is one of my favorite pieces. And she was like, is that a skirt? I guess it is. Bro, there's no legs? It's a skirt, dude. Like, that just, it riled me up. I'm sorry. I couldn't wait for us to talk about this, because I've never seen anything like that. Like, what are we doing?
Listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was a bit miffed by it as well, but I think, like I said, the part that caught me was more the pearls, and then the very end. The very end was what got me, because she honestly was literally writing a HR letter as we speak. She literally started with as per my last email, I know that I said obviously that I like my men a particular way, but and she started as per my email. So it's like when she's saying obviously as well that, oh, I'm used to a certain type of guy. Maybe this kind of guy's got all my pointers off. Remember also that he started the show off by saying that the last bride ran away. I think part of her maybe also thinks, let me not run away, and do you dirty for a second time, because in reality she doesn't want to embarrass him. But the reality of the situation is, old girl is disgusted and turned off. Okay, all right. She described it as feminine behavior. She is disgusted and turned off. Disgusted and turned off. No matter how she keeps praising his emotional intelligence and how he has conversations and how he gets her cups of coffee or whatever. Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Her little smile that she makes. There was one part where she was like, yeah. Girl was dying inside, okay? She was dying inside, all right? That was the only way she knew how to respond to the fact that she didn't know what the heck was going on, okay? She hates him.
Bro, do you know when they were having that scene and she was trying to break up with him, right? So she was trying. She says, I can't do this. This is too much for me. Like, she wasn't making it about him, but she was saying it's me. I don't think this is something that's part of the process. She was having her little Karen tears and everything, right? She was giving it the best she got. Then he looks up at her and he was like, I get it. Lean into it. She was like, what? Let me go. Free me. Give us free. I want to be free from you. Don't bring me back. He said everything to bring her back in. And I get it, because he was embarrassed. Because he's like, one girl looked up at him and ran off the screen and said, I can't do this. I'm sorry. Now he's got this other one leaving him immediately. He's like, I cannot. The smartest thing he did was not tell his mama the second time.
Not the lean in, the lean in, lean into it.
Lean into your feelings. Be selfish. What?
Oh my god. Oh. Nah, listen. I mean, listen. Do you know what? Oh, do you know the part that got me? Oh man, the part that got me is that when she started patting him like a kid, she patted him like a teacher does a child. Oh, you've done so well. You've done so well. You've done so good, and you've been so good. You deserve a star. You deserve a gold sticker. Yeah, you deserve a present and golden time. You're gonna get extra few minutes, you are. All right, I'm gonna wrap a little nice little report for you. When she did that, I'm telling you, this was HR. This was the European teacher in school, primary school. This was the teacher that was passive aggressive, the way that she dealt with situations. Okay, all right, get on her bad side. You're gonna find out. Okay, and that's when I knew she wasn't feeling him at all, because she was patting him like a kid.
She told, and listen, I'm sick of Pastor Cal. I'm sick of him. Between the gaslighting he did with Austin and Becca, with them, one being agnostic and one being a devout Catholic, and him telling them that people do this in all times and they can make it work. What? They have two different concepts. They have two different concepts of religion, and neither one of them want to bend. And you, the pastor, are trying to drag them into this. Then he tells these two, where she's repulsed by him, she tells Pastor Cal, he's somebody that I would have never picked for myself. What else do we need to say? And he says, you have permission to have sex, right? You have permission to have sex. What? Like, bro, you're like 5 years away from where they even are. She doesn't even like him, let alone, she says she's super conservative. Super conservative. You gotta watch. I don't know if you see it, but she's really popular on TikTok and Instagram. Her name is Corporate Erin. She's hilarious. She's a black woman, but she acts like a white woman in corporate America that's just totally obtuse and just is on a spin cycle of repeating foolishness. So that's what Chloe does. She just says the same thing over and over, very PC answers. I really, you're really thoughtful about the way you express yourself. AKA, you say stupidity, but it sounds like it makes sense, right? She just says things that are fluff. It's like euphemisms. They don't mean anything. And she's trying to be nice to him. And I feel horrible, but she does not like him. It's very unfortunate. And I don't think they're gonna make it past decision day. You know, maybe, but I don't see them cutting it at all.
No, I can't lie to you. You know, I can't lie to you. Yeah, I mean, old girl was trying to run, but it just wasn't happening. Old girl was on a treadmill, nothing else. She was running to nowhere. And like I said, she was giving those passive aggressive teacher 9 a.m. smiles to the kids. And unfortunately, our good sis is locked in a prison, and she's gonna have to wait till the to decision day to get out. I feel for the lady. Yo, Lauren just messaged me to lean into it. I'm laughing, but
Who said that?
Lauren, lean into it.
He's watching.
Nah, he's sending me a separate message, but in fact, he said
Oh,
lean into it. All I can think of is what
that's
you said.
ironic.
Yes, that's what I was trying to say. The timing is crazy. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I was just like, yo, like, and yeah, Pascal encouraged them to have sex. Girl said she's not even sure if he's masculine. She didn't even say he's masculine. Hey, Winter, good to see you. But he's not even masculine. So I'm like, old girl does not want him for two penny pence, bro. Okay, old girl is turned off. Okay, she wants a bit more masculinity. Um, so I'm gonna just say, listen. At the end of the day, she needs to be also true, baby. You ain't feeling it. Okay, it's okay. You have to embarrass him a second time. Do it, cause he can't be clutching your pearls like that and asking for your earrings. That is sickening. Okay, for us as men, that's a double standard. Yes, that is the patriarchal double standard. If you want to call it that, yes, I should never be asking for your leggings and your tights to wear. Am I Robin Hood? No. I mean, I shouldn't be wearing your pearls. No. You know what I mean? I definitely don't need to be hearing your earrings. I don't need those kind of things, right? So yeah, for me personally, I was like, yo, to be honest, yeah, go for it, bro.
No, go ahead. Oh, no, I was just laughing thinking about when I was married, and my wife would be getting ready, right? And you know, if you've lived with a woman or been, you know, by a woman's place, they always have like drawers filled with all their like accessories and all their jewelry or whatever this crap, right? Can you imagine if we're both fishing through the same jewelry drawer while we're getting ready? Can you imagine how freaking annoying that must be? I don't even want to be in earshot when they're fishing around through that jewelry looking for this and that and all this other crap. And you mean I gotta, oh, can I wear this today? Oh, I'm gonna wear, oh man, can you wear this one? Because I want to wear that one. Get the hell out of here. He is bugging. Now, again, now this is where the experts, they do things to play with us. There's no way, because Lauren would have been perfect for him because she's new age, she's woke, she doesn't, you know, the gender boundaries, the fluidity, all that stuff works for her because she even said it on the after party. She was like, oh, I'm used to guys like that. That wouldn't really bother me too much. So, Maps, what are you doing? As long as he is into women of color, they could have just plopped him right over there and been with her. Like, she's, you know, very non-traditional, gender norms and all that other stuff. It doesn't matter to her. So I don't know why they would put her together with Chloe, you know, with her very conservative background, and stick these two together. Like, I'm sorry. I thought she was going to be I was like, oh, this lady is so nice, so patient. It's going to be a perfect match. Nah, not at all. Mute. You're mute.
So I hear you, bro. I ain't got nothing else to say about Michael. I mean, we have to wait and see what Chloe does for next week. But yeah, can't lie to you. I'm sick of it already. Sick of it as well. Okay, tired of him. Tired of Orion. I'm tired of people trying to do fluidity at this point in time. Because listen, they put people who are fluid with people who are not necessarily that fluid. It's just annoying. It's like put people who are fluid with people that are fluid and let them continue that journey. Don't be putting them with people who want specified stereotypical roles when it comes to men and women. It's just not going to work. You know what I mean? So for me personally, yeah, I'm going to say this straight. Chloe definitely hates that man, and she can pretend all she wants, but she's writing HR letters every single day. Her emails are as per.
Not HR letters. No, she's loudly going to quit him.
As per, I can't lie to you, bro. As per. So, yeah. But Sean, give us final sentiments because we reached our hour. So, you can give us final sentiments on the show.
That's it. She said, that's it. You could do voted an hour to maths. You're done. But this was good because there's not much going on. I think, listen, we see some, I hate to see it. It just seems like the season of desperation and despise, because at this point we're not seeing a lot of love. We're not seeing a lot of, things to give us a little hope and the flutters. But, the lessons that we're taking, because that's all we could take from these couples, is read the room and read the writing on the wall. If you got to beg for something in a relationship, it's probably not for you. The person does not want to give it to you. So if you're begging for something, chances are you need to set your sights on something and someone else, because you shouldn't have to beg for your person in your relationship to give you something. Next, look, please, at the end of the day, people who are mean to you, definitely that's a red flag, right? So if somebody's mean to you, you shouldn't keep going after that person for attention. So we're talking about Emily and Brennan. Meanness serves no place in a relationship. If someone is mean, showing hateful actions, being rude, being controlling very early on, if a man is doing that to you very early on in your relationship, or anybody for that fact, move away and move around, because those are all signs for abuse coming down the pike. And last but not least, you need to be equally yoked. You need to be aligned. Even if you're not a believer, you need to be equally aligned with the person that you're with. And, if you got some quirks, some kinks, ease people into them, take your time. Don't hit them with everything all at once. Back to you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it, bro. Listen, audience, thank you so much. We appreciate you on this as well. And listen, we will see you again next week for another one. In between that time, look out for more interviews for myself and some more great conversations. We'll be back also Monday. Myself and Sean will be back on Monday for our Relationship with God videos. That episode 2 will be dropping live. We'll be talking about prayer. I don't want to pray today, tomorrow, or next week. So I hope you guys tune in for that as well. But yeah, listen, it's been a crazy live. And listen, the rest of them, the guys, I'm going to say this again. They hate all the women. All the guys hate the women. They hate them all, unfortunately. And it shows, okay? So Married at First Sight have finished us the season, unfortunately. I don't think there'll be any couples staying together, but I'm sure 1 or 2 will, because the check will be powerful. So we appreciate them for whatever they choose to do. And we look forward to the next episode next week. Much love, much appreciation. We'll see you again very soon.